Good evening. Greetings from the dank basement. I'm your wicked Uncle Squiddy, Paul, and a bit insomniac tonight. Don't you hate nights like that when you can't sleep? I've been having them more and more frequently, and I'm wondering if maybe I don't need to stop watching the various political videos on YouTube. I watch them from both sides. I don't want to be accused of being narrow-minded, and I try to listen to both sides. I enjoy it, but sometimes it just, maybe that's what it is, or I don't know, too much coffee. Could be. One of the things I'm really pissed off at, and have been for the last 3 days, is that when I upload a video to YouTube, I can no longer watch it. If I want to watch the video, I actually have to go back to my computer, back to my video files, and review the video. Even from Video Manager recently uploaded videos, like from the last 3 days, they're just not playing. If it were just my videos, that wouldn't be a big deal, but I noticed that I went to Uncle Phil's cellar today. He did what I presume was going to be a pretty terrific video on the Louisiana Flake from HH, and I really wanted to watch it, and it comes up error. More information. So you click on it, it takes you to troubleshooting. So I followed all their steps except one. And the step that I did not take and will not take because I cannot take it is to replace Internet Explorer with Chrome. In case you haven't heard, Chrome is about 90% unusable by blind people. I'm used to facing ignorance, and I am used to facing stereotypes, and I'm used to being turned down for a job even before I get through the door once they see the white cane. I'm used to all of those things. I'm used to living at or near the poverty line because I've done it before. In fact, I was dirt impoverished for a while. So I know all that. And it's very disheartening when technology that I enjoy is made inaccessible, quite literally overnight. Now, nothing on my computer has changed. It's still the same 6-year-old, beat up, but still functional Windows 7 machine that it's always been. I've got the latest version of Internet Explorer. I've checked my wireless, my Wi-Fi. I've checked my LAN. Everything's good. Cable's tight. And YouTube can offer me no suggestions other than download and start using Chrome. Not gonna do it, YouTube, but there's so much that's inaccessible to blind people on social media. Obviously, Instagram would be ridiculous for me. That's about photographs. Twitter, no real interest. But I would like to be able to use Facebook, and if I only want to use the mobile version, even on my desktop, I can kind of do that. But this is frustrating, so if any of you have an idea as to how I can solve this problem, if you are an engineer from YouTube and you are watching this, I beg you to contact me. See, you can find general help online, it's very easy, but anything specific, you can't get a human being to help you. And that's been difficult. And I don't want to lean on the evil YouTube, Facebook, Twitter cabal, Google cabal too much, because Microsoft is guilty of it too. Office 360 is so blind unfriendly even to download and install, and Windows 10 is a nightmare with its ribbons. Ribbon menus are really tough for blind people to navigate. I wish we still had an XP style interface, and in fact, when Windows was getting ready to release Windows 10, they were promising that they would return to the XP style interface. They did not. So I will continue to use my Windows machine until I can no longer use it. I'm sick of learning curves that take me 6 months. I am tired of having to do 100 key presses when I should be able to do it with 2 or 3. I am tired of not being able to read messages, nor manipulate, nor navigate around Skype. It's just really, really frustrating and very discouraging. I'm not making excuses. I know there are ways, but to research those ways, adapt those ways, learn those ways, and then use them is not only time consuming, it's just a lot more work than I should have to do. Now, I don't blame the big media companies like YouTube or Facebook. Really don't blame them. Blind people comprise a very small percentage of the population in the United States. We are perhaps 150 to 200,000, if you include definitions of legal blindness and not total blindness, it may be a little more, in a country of 338 million people, plus God knows how many undocumented immigrants. So I understand we're a really small minority, but we have money to spend. We'd love to participate. We don't mind watching your advertisements, and sometimes we even shop with your sponsors. But if it's not accessible to us, it's worthless. And speaking of shopping, a number of years ago, the National Federation of the Blind, the largest organization of the blind in the United States, sued Southwest Airlines because their internet interface is completely unusable by the blind, and they have no live operators or toll-free numbers for you to buy a ticket. Unfortunately, the NFB sued Southwest Airlines on the basis of ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, and that was their Achilles heel. They really lost it on that because Southwest Airlines simply said, no, we're a private business. We do not have to make ourselves accessible. Negroes still have to use separate restrooms and separate water fountains and come in through a separate door. It's separate, but it's equal. They did not see the civil rights aspect of it, neither did the federal judge, and the NFB lost their bid to sue Southwest Airlines to make the website more accessible. They're not the only ones. Sun Country is inaccessible as well here in Minnesota. So if I want to buy a ticket, I have to beg, plead, cajole, or bribe someone to help me navigate their website. It's not right. And God knows how much business they've lost because of it, but they don't seem to care. If you have a solution, if you're expert in these things, please write me at unclesquinty@gmail.com, no spaces in between uncle and squinty. You can also always leave a comment below. While I cannot watch the videos, I can still read and reply to your comments. Have a nice night, and wish me luck in finding some sleep tonight. Thanks.